Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Projector portable projector, which comes in at only $100 after a $30 discount on Amazon. Before I got this projector to review, I didn't really have too many high hopes for it because of the price point, but for what it is, you might actually find it to be a good deal, which I'll talk about later in this video. Taking a look at what comes in the box, we first get a packet of accessories for the projector. Inside, we have a pretty generic plastic remote with the standard button layout, and the option to raise or lower the volume as well as mute. Next, we also get an HDMI cable, which is a nice addition considering the price point. We also get a power cable and a power brick. When connected together, it's 8 feet long, which is pretty important if you can't place the projector near a power outlet. In the box, we also get the instruction manual and a microfiber cloth, which I'm guessing is meant to clean the lens of the projector. Finally, inside the pretty sturdy protection, which in my opinion is the next best thing to a carrying case, since we don't get one in the box, so we get the projector itself. And something that I was pretty disappointed with was that they didn't actually include a lens cap with the projector, and this would be pretty helpful because this is supposed to be a portable projector, and even the slightest dust or scratches could completely ruin the viewing experience. Now before getting into my thoughts of the projector and the quality of it, I first just want to run down some of the features and the specs of the projector itself. Starting with the quality itself, this projector has a native 1280 by 800 resolution, which is basically 720p, and a 4000:1 contrast ratio. This may seem pretty low quality at first, but when comparing it to other projectors at this price range, it actually seems like a pretty good value. The projector also has 6500 lumens of brightness, which is actually noticeably higher than other budget projectors, and can project up to 370 inches. Now what's unique about this projector is its form factor, since it has a handle on the top, which can be really useful for portability, which is how they advertise this projector. Besides the handle on the top, the projector has two 5-watt speakers on both sides, which can also be used as a Bluetooth speaker. On the front of the projector, we have a focus ring, which is relatively easy to adjust to get a clear image. However, the projector does lack the ability to do any keystone corrections. And if you don't know what that is, a keystone correction is pretty much when the projector is actually tilted on an angle, and it automatically fixes it so it's completely straight and aligned with your wall. As for the ports on the back of the projector, we have an input for power, a line out port for a 3.5mm headphone jack, a standard USB Type A connector, a USB out, and most importantly, we have the HDMI input. Also, taking a look at the buttons on the top of the projector, we have the arrow buttons, which can be used to navigate the menu screen and adjust the volume, and we have the music, back, settings, and power buttons from the left to the right. Now to talk about one of the most important factors of this projector and why you would want to buy one in the first place, let's talk about the video quality. My first impressions taking it out of the box and using it on a blank white wall with about 5 feet of distance was honestly not very good. The quality was pretty pixelated due to the 720p resolution, but it was definitely pretty bright and had decent contrast. This being my first time with a projector, I wanted to test it out with different walls and materials as well as distances. Next, I tested it out in my living room with about 20 feet of distance, which produced a massive display of around 160 inches. And surprisingly, I found that even with the projector displaying a much bigger display, the pixelation wasn't horrible from a seeing distance of around 15 feet. Having such a massive display on the wall actually produced an image that was watchable for any TV shows or movies. However, I didn't want my test to end there, so I decided to use a projector screen that Projector had sent over to me. This 120-inch screen is only $25, and it comes with the screen itself, adhesive hooks to attach to your wall, and some rope in order to hang the screen outdoors. When I put this on the wall, the brightness and overall image quality looked a lot nicer, but it did start to look a little bit washed out with less contrast. I also tried using a simple white bed sheet, which did have some thickness to it, which is when I realized that the screen that Projector had sent over wasn't the best by itself. For the best results, I put the bed sheet behind the projector screen to give it some thickness to add back some of that contrast and brightness. I also did try my best to adjust it with the picture settings built into the projector. Now I can honestly say that I was pretty impressed that a 720p projector could display a watchable 160-inch projection. However, I did see one main issue with the sides of the projection being blurry. Both the left, but mainly right side of the projection was blurry, which is a common issue with projectors in this price point. It honestly wasn't the biggest issue since it was hard to notice while watching TV shows or movies, but if you do have text on the screen, it's going to be pretty hard to read if it's on the left or the right side. So the main conclusion that I got for the video quality of this projector is that seating distance is actually key for this projector to look decent. If you're sitting under 6 or 7 feet of the actual projection, it's going to look way too pixelated to actually have a decent viewing experience. And even if you bring the projector closer to the wall for like a 50 or 75-inch display, it's going to look brighter and cleaner, but it's still going to have some noticeable pixelation. But on the other hand, if you actually bring the projector a lot further back, maybe like 10 or 15 feet, and you actually sit around that area, the viewing experience is going to be a lot better that way. As for the other factor, making this a sort of all-in-one projector, the two 5-watt speakers actually impressed me quite a bit. If you're going to be using this projector for casual viewing for TV shows and movies with your friends or family, I would say that external audio isn't even necessary. The speakers in this projector have a pretty good amount of bass and clarity that would be good enough for most casual viewing. Other than just using the speakers for your media, you can also use them as a standalone Bluetooth speaker, which work pretty well. But to be honest, I don't know how helpful that would be because you would have to turn on the projector every time you want to listen to music. But if you keep your projector in one place like your living room and you just want to listen to music, then this could come in handy. Now, even though this isn't directly related to sound quality, this projector does have some fan noise, which isn't too noticeable when you're watching your content with the actual speakers that are built into the projector, but this is what it sounds like. And now here's a sound test of what the inbuilt speakers sound like.
Stones to you.
We're on it, Cap.
Hey, you said 1 out of 14 million we win, yeah?
Now that we've talked about the video and the sound quality of this projector, the main question is if it's actually worth your $100 and who the projector is actually for. In my opinion, if you're planning on using this projector for its portability by using this at your friend's house, in your backyard, or casually in your bedroom or living room, I think this projector makes sense to buy for $100. And we also tested out this projector with the Nintendo Switch at a full 160-inch display. It was actually a really nice experience and it felt really immersive and enjoyable compared to a high-quality 4K TV. However, if you're looking for a projector for your main everyday setup to watch content, I don't think this projector might be for you, and instead I would recommend looking into a native 1080p projector for a much better viewing experience. A native 720p projector projects a total of 921,600 pixels, while a 1080p projector projects a total of 2,073,600, which is more than double the amount of a 720p projector. This would make a huge impact at a closer distance, since you would be able to see the pixelation much more clearly than if you were sitting further away. Overall, for $100, I think this projector would be perfect for any college students in a dorm or for casual viewing. With the inclusion of the handle and the two 5-watt speakers, all you really need is a projector itself, something to plug into it, and a wall, and you pretty much have everything you need to see your content on the big screen. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this one or found it helpful, consider going down below and hitting that like and subscribe button. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.